Hello, this is Sam Hansen with Discus to the Southwest. Just want to take you on a real quick tour of some of the different fish tanks we have here at Discus to the Southwest, and I'll follow up with a lot more detailed information about each tank in a future video. But for right now, just a real quick overview of the different tanks we have here. We do have discus tanks. We also have salt water and some other tanks as well. Anyway, I enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you. Okay, this is our 75-gallon discus tank. This tank has been set up for, I guess, 3 years now. Almost 4. This is the tank that we deliver our fish out of. In other words, when our discus are ready for sale, they come to this tank. I'll go over more detail of exactly why we move them to this tank in a future video. But this is our discus tank, 75 gallons. It's got a sump, and it's got some nice fish in it. This is our saltwater tank. It's got a total water volume of around 195 gallons. This is set up for about 7 years now, and it has only been recently have I started trying to keep coral and stuff like that in here. I'll go over that in more detail in a future video. Sorry if this is kind of making everybody seasick. Try to get a larger view of this tank. And this tank is an ongoing project. It's been, like I said, set up for about 7 years, but only about a year. Trying to get a close up here of our little clam we got, a crocea clam. Only about a year or so we had been trying to actually convert this to a reef tank. Originally I only had fish in it. Like I said, it's been set up for about 7 years. It's a little further away view of our reef tank. You know, I'll go over more details of this tank in future videos. This is my son's arowana tank. It's a 135-gallon tank with a silver arowana in it. This arowana is about 8 months old and is well over a foot long. And this tank has got a lot of algae and other things in here, or mostly just algae. And again, this is a tank it's a grow-out tank for this fish. We will be adding a 8-foot by 4-foot tank for this fish's permanent home. And I know it's got an eye issue on this arowana, and we'll be taking a look at how we can fix that in future videos. This is a 60-gallon tank that we are currently running a little bit of an experiment in with this tank, using this tank as a grow-out tank for clams. Works really well. Doesn't look very good because it's a kind of a green water tank, but the clams love it. We recently had quite a few baby clams in here. They did real well in here. So we'll be continuing this and to go over this tank more detail a little bit later as well. This is an outside look of our fish room. This room is, or this building is 30 feet long, 15 feet wide, and houses currently, I believe, 52 aquariums in it. Open up the door and let you look inside in a few minutes, and then I'll go over this building in a lot more detail in future videos. A quick look, inside look of our fish room. This is a working fish room. This is what when we receive our fish. This is the first tanks that they are treated in. And they're grown out in here or taken immediately to sell. Well, we'll go over this room in a lot more detail. It's going to take a little bit to go over. Again, this is a working room, so it is kind of dirty and messy. We've got things laying around. Got a couple of space heaters out in the middle of the floor. So a working room that we actually make a living out of. This is my water mixing station. I use this room to create or make RO water. Use an RO system here I got from Bulk Reef Supply. It comes in the storage bins here. Then they're mixed and used and treated with the appropriate chemicals or salts, depending on where the destination of the water is. Anyway, we'll go over the water mixing room. a lot more detail in a future video. And this is my discus rank system that I use whenever I receive fish in from Indonesia or Malaysia. The discus, the little baby discus, are received here and then treated and make sure they're good and clean, and then they're fed and grown out until they're sellable sizes. But this is where our discus originally come to, and this is the first area that they see in at Discus of the Southwest. Anyway, we'll go over this system in a lot more detail in a future video, and that about ends it here. Again, we'll go over everything in a lot more detail in a future video and kind of go over how everything's set up, how everything's managed, and how we work everything. You guys have a great day, and look forward to my future videos, and subscribe. You hit the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button and tell me how you think we can do things better. Anyway, have a great day from Discus to the Southwest.